Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Suds News. As always, I am Vinny, along with my co-host Angela. Sorry we're a little bit late. We had some technical difficulties. But either way, Angela, how are you today?
I'm okay.
All right. Well, that's good.
I'm all right. I know I'm not my usual bubbly self, but I'm going to try to tune out world events for right now and focus on General Hospital because that's my happy place.
Completely understand that. Completely agree. All right. So, want to welcome the already lively chat. We've got, starting from the very top, we've got Steve, we've got Donna, we've got Cappuccino ASMR. I think that's the first time I saw that name, so welcome. I see Bob, I see Donna, I see Susan, I see Chad, I see Del J, Kaiwan, and Daisy Flower 40. So welcome to the chat already. We've got 39 people live watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Of course, as always, we are live only on the 3 destinations right now, being our X account, Angela's X account, and also our YouTube channel, suds-media.com. And started last week. Hey, Cass Marie, welcome. Started last week. I started putting the replay on Tuesday on our Facebook channel. So putting it all out there and getting some more viewers, getting some more airplay for y'all. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And as always, I do want to say welcome because General Hospital has been fantastic. Hi, Aisha. Welcome to the chat. And you know what? This past Friday night proved it with General Hospital bringing home multiple Daytime Emmy Awards. As a matter of fact, Angela, I had to skip out early because I had to go to bed, but Angela.
Vinny and I watched it together.
Yep.
And he had to abandon me. But it was all right because he had to go to bed because he was old. Just kidding. I'm older than he is. I know it was Friday night. I'm bummed it wasn't on TV, but
yeah, me
it was
too.
okay. We made it work.
It did suck that, and it seemed kind of off. It's almost like just the way the Daytime gets their budget slashed, the Daytime Emmys got their budget slashed as well.
Well, I mean, a lot of it was because I think the fact that CBS wasn't broadcasting it, which I didn't understand that because their soaps were nominated for the most. And it wasn't even like it was because they also had Beyond the Gates. It was just Bold and Young and the Restless. And their soaps were nominated for the most. And it was their turn to host. And they said, nah. And I don't understand that, especially because a Friday night.
Yes.
Del J, message me on Twitter and I'll send you the link because you can still watch it on the Emmy site.
Yeah, I'm getting that link now and I'll put it in the chat. So give me a moment. I am looking up that link and I will put it in the chat as soon as I get it.
I mean, I liked it. I didn't, I wish they had shown like more clips. Like they usually do like clips throughout the evening of with the different best shows, and they didn't do that this year. I didn't see. They did Days of Our Lives because it was its anniversary, but they didn't do.
Right. Yeah.
They usually do like an extended package for each best show nominee throughout, and they only had 3 this year, so it really should have been. But whatever.
All right, so I'm going ahead and putting the link in the chat right now to watch the Emmys. It is still available. You do have to register, but I believe it's free. So check it out. That's the it's just amazing to me why they wouldn't put it on television.
Especially on Friday night. Friday night is the TV goes to die.
Right. Even if it was on Paramount Plus, like a basic regular streamer,
right?
Not that you had to go, unless they're doing a 24-hour Emmys network at some point down the road. But I don't foresee that happening. But either way, GH, came out with 7 Emmys, and they should have had more than that.
I think that they should have gotten casting.
Agreed.
Mark Teschner, I think they absolutely should have gotten the casting Emmy. I think that they do better hair and they should get hair and makeup for Laura Wright's hair alone.
Yes.
There's the best hair in daytime, period, across. Yeah, JJ wasn't a surprise to me, Del J.
Yeah.
One, he's an Emmy darling.
And he's a known name.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's just, I don't know. I think they need to reevaluate what's considered or change the name at some point, because I feel like the idea of Netflix and Apple TV and all these streamers coming in as daytime when they're available all the time, to me that doesn't make sense. But again, The Bay is a web soap and it's considered daytime. So.
Well, that's the thing, is that it just depends on, because like Cobra Kai, you know what I mean, and stuff like that are primetime Emmy. Those streaming things are primetime Emmy. It's just like nonfiction stuff. The documentary stuff is daytime. I don't know why. Yeah.
I guess you watch daytime documentaries for education during school time. That makes sense. All right. Well, that works. As you can see, it's a stretch trying to figure out the ideas of some of these people, but I digress. Either way, I do want to congratulate the Daytime Emmy Award winners for General Hospital. And do you have the complete list of winners in these soap categories?
I can pull them up right now.
Okay, well, fantastic. As you're pulling that up, I do want to say that, there were a number of categories where GH talent were pitted against each other, just like, in the lead actress category with, Nancy Lee Grahn and Laura Wright and Finola Hughes. And then in the supporting characters, supporting actress and supporting actor, et cetera, et cetera.
Finola wasn't this year.
She was, okay.
Finola wasn't nominated this year. However, there were 3 actresses from The Young and the Restless.
Right, yes.
At least 3. Or were there 4? Was it 3 or 4? Give me a second. I got to look it up. I can't remember. Because I'm pretty sure it was just GH and The Young and the Restless for the...
And I agree with Del J that Gregory Harrison had a better storyline than Jonathan Jackson, and he should have won the guest spot. So it's not up to us.
Yeah. Well, was Gregory against JJ, or was he against Heather? Allie Mills.
No, he was against
because JJ was in supporting.
So then it was
JJ was in supporting. If he was in guest, give me a second. I'm getting down to them. Give me a second.
All right.
I was going to say, because my thing is that Gregory Harrison was phenomenal.
Yes,
without a doubt, he was so good.
Yep.
But so was Allie Mills. But I think I would have given it to Gregory.
Yeah.
But I can't say absolutely not as far as he was in supporting. Never mind. He was
supporting. He was against
Gregory. He definitely deserved it over JJ. He definitely deserved it over JJ. Hell, Taj deserved it over JJ last year.
Agreed.
But here's something to keep in mind, though. So they submit a reel of no more than 15 minutes. Yeah. And most of them do under 10. So you might say, oh, that person didn't have almost pretty much every actor on the show can cobble together 10 minutes of something to send into the Emmys, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm going to disagree with you there, Chad. One, Nancy was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal in those scenes, without a doubt.
Yep.
She should not have been in the lead actress category. I'm sorry. I just don't think she's a lead actress on the show. She hasn't been in a long time. I think that if I don't think she's a lead actress.
And I tend to agree with you. But then again, they also put Greg Ricker in the lead actor category, and I don't consider Leo Stark a lead actor on Days.
Now, Days is a little bit harder because their episode counts are much more even.
Okay.
Than ours are. Much, much, much more even. And he had a lot last year. But yeah, but again, I loved Susan Walters as well. So, but they also only do one round of voting now. They used to, way back in the day, they used to do multiple rounds. First, there were pre-nominations that whittled it down. They did a round of voting that were pre-noms. And then they whittled that down to nominations.
Yep.
And then there was a last round of voting. Now they do one round of voting. So the Emmys know who won when they announce the nominees.
Wow, okay.
Because it's the top whatever vote getters. Yeah. Now, some people have asked, why were there 6 lead actress nominees, but only 3 best show nominees? That is because there is a rule for the Emmys. No more than 50% of the submitted number of entries can be nominated. So, 6 shows submit.
Yeah.
Or 4 or 5 shows submit. Because Beyond the Gates couldn't submit this year. So 5 shows submit, only 3 can be nominated.
Yeah.
And even 3 is, I think there's a minimum of 3, but even 3 is, a little bit more than 50%.
Yeah.
Days, I think Days screwed Susan Seaforth Hayes because she absolutely did not belong in the lead category. And they submitted her because they said, well, she led that story. I'm like, but that's
almost the same as Nancy Lee Grahn saying Alexis led the Sam story.
Right. But the thing is that Nancy Lee Grahn chose what category she was going to submit it. And that's fine. Whatever. It is what it is. But Susan Seaforth Hayes, Days, the show actually chose what category they were submitting her in. So I think Days screwed her over. So, I mean, Dom had a lot of great stuff. I didn't think he had a chance. I honestly thought it was going to be Peter Bregman.
Yeah.
Because, oh my God, the stuff he had last year. I watch all of the soaps, and the stuff he had about purposely going off the wagon to try to help Nikki get back on the wagon was unbelievable. And, he is also an Emmy darling. But Xander had great stuff too with his mother and the car crash, all that. It was hard. I didn't think Dom was as strong as some of the others. I think Dom's a great actor. I don't think he was as strong as Xander and Peter. But, I'm actually honestly a little surprised that Dom got it over Burton. Because I'm pretty sure they both submitted Sam's death stuff. And it's not that I thought Steve was better. I think they were both really good, but they gave Steve more.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? They gave Steve a lot more than they gave Dom.
Yeah.
But,
well, why don't we go ahead and at least announce the winners of the soap opera categories and just kind of put those out there, and whatever commentary we want to give, we could do that.
Yes, I will do that. Let me pull it back up. I have it here. Okay. Daytime Emmy winners. So, Outstanding guest performance in a daytime drama series went to Allie Mills as Heather Weber. Do you want me to?
That's not separated between male and female. That's just
right. Then we had outstanding writing team for a daytime drama series was General Hospital.
Yep. And this was even before, this was during the year that they had all their writing shakeups.
Yes. So, they had, all of the, because it was the head writers nominated were Elizabeth Corte, Patrick Mulcahy, Dan O'Connor, and Chris Van Eaton, because Dan started that year with Chris.
Yes.
Then they got shit canned, and Dan was kicked out. Chris was kept and demoted, and it was Corte and Mulcahy, and then it was Corte and Van Eaton. So,
Yeah. So the fact that they had such a tumultuous time on the writing team and still won the Emmy shows how powerful that show has been and that writing team.
Here's the thing, is that even with the issues with General Hospital, it's still the best show. It really is. Overall. Okay, outstanding supporting performance in a daytime drama series, actress Susan Walters as Diane Jenkins Abbott. She started, I know she's not on GH, but it's interesting with her because she started in the early 90s. She's been acting for over 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
And she started on Loving.
Okay.
And she has appeared in over 80 television shows.
Oh, wow.
Tons. I mean, tons. TV movies, TV series, like tons. This is her first Emmy nomination.
Wow. And she won it right off the bat.
Yep. Outstanding casting was Days of Our Lives. Again, I don't agree with that one, but I don't get a vote yet. Outstanding supporting performance in a daytime drama series actor is Jonathan Jackson as Lucky Spencer. I really think he won that one on name recognition.
Yeah, I think so too.
You know, outstanding costume design and styling was General Hospital and, Donna's good friend, Sean. Yep. And hold on, I'm scrolling down. We were up for outstanding hairstyling and makeup, but it went to the Drew Barrymore show. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a weird one for me, but okay.
Agreed.
Outstanding directing team for a daytime drama series is General Hospital. Outstanding emerging talent in a daytime drama series. Now, this was a new category this year. Everybody knows they got rid of younger, and this is what they replaced it with. And it was Lisa Yamada as Luna Nozawa from The Bold and the Beautiful, and she is phenomenal. She plays a freaking crazy person. She's so good. And that was totally deserved. But I heard somebody say, this is just their new term for younger actor, but it's not, because two of the actors in there, one of the actresses in there, Olivia Diabo, she played the daughter on The Wonder Years, and she's on The Bay now.
Yep.
And she's 56.
Yeah.
And another one was what's her name? She plays Kat on Days of Our Lives, and she is 38.
Yeah, so it's not just
it's not at all just young kids, because those two are definitely not young. I also thought it was very interesting because Allie Mills was able to reunite with two TV daughters.
Yep.
On the same night, because she did pictures with Esme, and she did pictures, with for Avery Cole, and she did pictures with Olivia. And they both played her daughters in different shows, decades apart. Yeah,
which is crazy. But Allie Mills really deserved that win as guest,
without a doubt. She was so good.
Oh yeah,
she was so good. And I mean, there were other good guest stars. I mean, honestly, there really were. I mean, there was, Esme was nominated. Avery Cole, who was absolutely phenomenal.
Yes.
Who else was? And it's funny because this was also Allie's being on GH is the first time Allie has ever been nominated. This is her third nomination in as many years as guest, which is a little weird, but it's okay.
Yeah.
But she won the first one. She didn't win last year because Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah.
I don't know why they bothered nominating anybody else. Now, Lyndon Ashby was also nominated for The Young and the Restless as Cameron Kirsten. It's really funny. He is Susan Walters' husband.
Oh, wow.
Married for 40 years. They actually met on the set of Loving.
Wow.
And got married back then. And they both had other, stints on Young and the Restless. He plays a bad guy. Real bad guy.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting, I thought. And Clint Howard, who played Tom on The Bold and the Beautiful, is a huge actor. He's been acting for like 40 years. Tons and tons and tons of roles. And you'd recognize him if you saw all the roles. And this was his first Emmy nomination as well. Same with Gregory Harrison.
Exactly.
This is actually his 50th year in daytime. Nope, his 60th year, I believe. Wow. It's him and Ellie Mills. One of them is 50 years, one of them is 60 years in television.
Yeah.
But it was his first, even though, it absolutely shouldn't have been.
Amazing.
Yeah. And then outstanding lead performance in a daytime drama series actor was Paul Telfer as Xander on Days of Our Lives. Outstanding lead performance in daytime drama series actress, Nancy Lee Grahn as Alexis Davis, and outstanding daytime drama series, General Hospital.
Yep.
Yeah. So Young and the Restless went into the night with the most nominations and came out with one win. General Hospital took the night. They had more wins than anybody else did.
Yeah.
And this is their fifth. They are the leaders in winning the best show. They have won 18 in the course of their 60 years, although for the first half of those 60 years, the daytime Emmys didn't exist or any Emmys for them. And this is the fifth year in a row that they have won both records. I've been doing a deep dive because I'm writing an article about the history of the Emmys, of the daytime Emmys.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
So that'll come out this week. I'm very excited about it.
All right. And we do want to go ahead and give a huge congratulations to our friend of the show, Jacqueline Grace Lopez as Blaze, who did get the nomination for supporting actress in a daytime drama. Of course, she did not win, but you know what? Either way, she had a great time at the Emmys and has also confirmed she will be back for the 2025 Podcast-a-thon. This time on Saturday night, Saturday, November 8th. I'm not sure what time yet. We are still figuring that out, but she has confirmed. So that's November 8th. Jacqueline Grace Lopez will be back on our Podcast-a-thon. We are working on other names. As soon as we confirm them, we will let you all know. I do want to let you know that we did confirm that Angela and I might actually get a break this year because when it comes to the late night on the East Coast, we do have two West Coasters that are going to come over and help to host from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern time, which is 8 to 10 West Coast time, is going to be our friend James Lott Jr. And from 10 to midnight Pacific time, which is 1 to 3 Eastern time, is going to be Matt from the 10th floor coming on to take some time. And there will be guests as well on there as well. And who knows? Angela and I may still be on.
Let's be serious. I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm going to do the same thing I did last year. I'm probably going to also end up alone. And I'm going to prepare some stuff for that. Just letting you guys know now.
I mean, I'm not planning on taking that much time off myself. I'm going to be there for the duration, for the most part. Obviously, I'm going to have to take the dog out, and we'll have to do little things. But for the most part, I'm not going to take a big chunk of time off myself. It
was exhausting last year, but it was a lot of fun. And I mean, it's one day. You know what I mean? It's one 24-hour period, and then I could sleep.
And remember, folks, it is only 24 hours this year. We're going 3 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern, which is noon to noon on the West Coast. So check that out. Again, keep that in mind. It's going to be November 8th to November 9th. We will be raising money once again for Samantha's friends. The link is open to donate now. Last year, we raised $350 for Samantha's friends. This year, I'm challenging everybody to double that to $700 to donate. And you can go donate now. You can go to venmo.com/Suds and Squared Circle to go, or Suds Media. I have to get the link myself. Once I do get the link, I'll go ahead and post it up there for you. And you can go ahead and donate now up until the podcast-a-thon. Because like I said, I'm challenging everybody to donate what you can in order to get to that $700. All right. So with that said, let's move on to General Hospital, what you're all here to talk about. And what a week it was. Even today, I have to say, today's episode was hilarious. It was fun. I loved it. And it really put a few wheels in motion, I should say, into the Ronnie Tracy story, because I wasn't expecting to see Martin pour some alcohol in Ronnie's drink.
Yeah. Martin is absolutely behind that woman being there.
So that must mean that he thought that she would buckle under pressure, so he wanted to get her drunk, and that way she would just come off as a babbling idiot.
Yes. Did you see the promo?
I did not.
You're killing me. Every week we have this conversation. Every week.
Yes, I know.
It looks like she's kicking Tracy out, but we'll see tomorrow.
All right, yes.
In the promo, she screams at her to get out.
Well, we'll have to see how that goes tomorrow. No, Donna, I don't think. Donna says Ronnie may have doctored her tea herself. I think that was Martin, because we did see Martin pour something into a cup. I mean, who knows?
My thing is that I'm not sure how would she not taste it if somebody else would be. That's
true. Yeah.
But I also think that, she probably does have a drinking problem.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
So, it was absolutely hilarious. So we might as well get started. Yeah. Let's get started with the main title now. In terms of the Drew Dunnett is just about over at this point. We had the 2 arrests with Nina and Willow both being arrested, and then Nina ends up taking the plea deal. And now the cops know that the alibi is shot for both.
I know and Willow doesn't know that because they haven't been allowed to talk. But they showed Nina the evidence. They have her on tape, and it's the whole thing is that they have her on tape. So continuing to lie makes it better for Willow, or not continuing to lie makes it better for Willow, because if they drop the conspiracy charge against Nina and she recants her testimony, then they also can't charge Willow with conspiracy.
Correct. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So she is helping her. Willow just doesn't realize that right now.
No, and honestly, it's because of Drew and Drew coming to the rescue again. And earlier in the chat, I think it was I forget who said it, but I agree that it could have been Drew paying someone to shoot him. And by no means did I mean that it's over, we know who shot him, whatever. It's more along the lines of it looks like it's over, but it's not. The story is still going on.
I think right now I am on the fence about one of two possibilities.
Okay.
I think either Drew paid somebody to shoot him, or I think it was Willow. I think it was Willow. And I think Drew knows it was Willow because Drew is not worried about somebody else shooting him.
Right.
About whoever it is shooting him. Again.
Yeah.
So, and he has Willow perfectly positioned to need him. And he helped with that today.
And you know what? I could see Willow potentially having that DID type of out of body experience.
No. I think she might know he did it, but Chase said that he told her about Drew.
Right.
You know what I mean? He told her about Drew, bribing the judge or whatever beforehand, and he thinks that he gave her motive. I can't with this tonight. I cannot with this tonight. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I think that Michael saw Willow do it because Tracy said she saw him parked on the street.
Yeah, no, I don't believe it was Danny either. Danny really hasn't been on.
And I don't think Danny would have shot him twice.
Right.
Just like with Scout. The shooting him after he was already down tells me that it's not a kid.
Yeah. And that's actually a good thought. If he knows it was her, maybe he'll eventually blackmail her into a marriage.
It's completely possible because then he wouldn't be able to be forced to testify.
Yep.
Exactly, Donna. I think Michael saw Willow shoot him. Brad has no reason. Kaiwan, I can't. There is no reason.
No,
I can't with him. I think Michael saw Willow shoot him, and I also think Michael saw Willow go back into the Quartermains and put the gun back.
Yeah.
He said that he increased security after the Sasha stuff.
Yes. Yep.
And she wouldn't have known.
Correct. Yep.
And I think he caught her, and then I think he took that gun and he planted it back at Liz's. I don't look at that as framing Willow.
No, I don't either.
I look at it as him making sure Willow wasn't framing him. Because if he saw Willow, if Willow put the gun back, obviously he did it. But if he saw her, especially, then yeah. And I don't think he came forward because he was trying to protect her because she was still the mother of his kids. But then when she put the gun back and planted it, basically was trying to frame him for it, he was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah.
And exactly. She even, she had said to Martin, oh, we have to get to who actually did it. And then she said to Drew, are you still willing to say that you saw, to lie and say that you saw Michael shoot you?
Yeah. Exactly. Because she wants to get it out that Michael was the one that did it.
Right.
And, so that she doesn't have to worry because now Drew is going to, falsify the fact that he saw Michael do it, because it was Edward's gun. So, it's a whole convoluted mess. And I would,
Brad is Britt's friend.
Yeah, Brad has nothing to do with the story.
It's not Brad.
No.
Taiwan just doesn't want it to be Willow. And it's probably Willow.
Thank you, Chad. But no, I do believe that it's either going to be Willow or Drew paid someone to shoot him.
Yes.
So I agree. Those are one of the two directions they're going to end up going. I don't think it was Yuri. Yuri just.
I mean, I could see it being Yuri, maybe, but that'd be a stretch because he wasn't really doing anything.
Right.
I can't see it being Scout because of the second shot in the back.
Yeah.
That's why I can't see it being Scout. I could see though because the sound that played was after the second shot.
Yeah.
The Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I think that's why the person didn't finish him off. I think it was Willow, and she heard that and she thought of Scout because she would know that was Drew's ringtone for Scout.
Yeah.
And that's what stopped her from killing him. Steve, Drew would absolutely pay somebody to kill him because the thing is, Drew didn't nearly die from it.
Right.
And he had it didn't get any big major organs. It didn't paralyze him.
Exactly. But I mean, I do like how there's the internal struggle in the police department because Dante clearly has the conflict of interest with Michael. Chase has the conflict of interest with Willow. And, they're going back and forth. And the conversation that they had. Now, Dante obviously has a history with the law and Michael. And the last time Michael actually shot someone, it was brought up today on today's episode, because the way that Michael said, the last time you told me that advice, I ended up in prison for
right.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the thing about it is that Dante goes after. Dante is obviously Mr. Law. He wants to see the follow the law, and obviously he's going to blind eye to Sonny.
Exactly. That's what kills me about him. Is that, I mean, I wanted to throw something at my television when he said to Sonny, Michael's an adult and you have to let him face the consequences for his actions. Because I was like, Sonny is more of an adult and you don't make him face the consequences for his actions.
Exactly.
I do not know why this man keeps wanting to put that boy in jail. And I know that Michael is a man now, but Dante has a hard-on for putting his brother in jail.
Yeah, it's a very strange dynamic. Because, I mean, he said that he was coming over to talk to him as his brother, not as a cop. But do you actually believe that if Michael said anything incriminating, he wouldn't say, okay, well, now I know, so I have to go through, I have to go through the process.
And Michael knows that too. And Dante's whole thing about how Willow couldn't do it, but Michael has a history of violence, which is crap. And I am so sick of people bringing up the Claudia thing.
Yeah.
When I love the character of Claudia, but at that point, Michael was doing it to defend his mother and newborn baby sister.
Yeah. Exactly.
Michael is thinking very clearly about Willow. That's the thing. He doesn't care about. He's not prioritizing Willow anymore. And
Michael he has become, I know I coined the phrase for Cyrus Renaud about Triple H's cerebral assassin. Michael is the thinking person right now. He is the one that's 10 steps ahead of everybody.
Yeah. And Kaiwan, it's not battery of a woman in the eyes of the law. The judge, when he sentenced Michael, even said that he knew that Michael did it in self-defense, but because the adults in his life covered it up, he was sentencing Michael to jail to teach them a lesson. Michael did not it wasn't battery of anybody. It was defense of his mother and sister. This is canon. It's not up for interpretation. It's canon. So we're not doing this.
Chad says Dante also had the nerve to say that Michael probably framed Willow for Daisy. Michael's like, why the hell would I send my own child away?
Exactly. Seriously.
Yep.
I wanted him to punch him so badly today and go, listen, I don't care about being daddy's favorite. You can have it.
Well, Bob says if Dante couldn't investigate Sam's murder, why investigate the Drew shooting? Because they don't have any other detectives right now. And that's what it boils down to. What happened to the other detective that was there, I don't know. It's...
Right, but I mean, Chase investigated Sam's murder.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that it was... Sam was his loved one and she was the victim.
Yeah.
Too. And Michael's not the suspect. Willow. Right. So, if anybody who should be pulled off of this one, it's Chase because he's the one going crazy.
Yeah. So,
I know what you said. It's not that I don't understand what you said, but you're wrong about Michael battering a woman. We'll get there, Donna. So,
the PC's PD needs a win. I don't think any police department actually gets wins on soap operas. If you watch Dockside at the Bay, the Bay City Police Department is just as bad as the Port Charles Police Department. So, yeah.
No, it's, I saw Donna also a little while ago asked about what about the trope that it's never the first person arrested, except sometimes it is the first person arrested.
Yeah. Sometimes.
You know what I mean? It sometimes it is the first person arrested that did it.
Yeah.
I'm saying even on soaps.
Oh, agreed. Yeah.
So, yeah, this whole thing about I'm so sick of people saying this about Michael because it's not true. I mean, little redheaded demon Michael used to try to order hits on people when he was a small child, but it never actually happened. And he accidentally shot Kate, but that was because he dropped the gun.
Yeah.
And he was like really, really, little and stupid.
Hello, Amanda. Welcome to the chat. I'm so down to see Willow in her new jumpsuit.
Amen, baby.
I love the scene as they were taking her out of court today, bringing her to jail. Like, we've said it before, and I'm going to reiterate it. Caitlin McMullen has never been more interesting than this story.
Yeah, she's blowing it out of the park. And I mean, as much as I want to smack Willow upside the head because she's not thinking, which I think that that's going to be the way out of this for her. Is I think that they're going to do some sort of mental incapacity. Yeah. I don't think it's going to be DID, but I think it's going to be something that gives her a, get out of jail free and spend a little time in Ferncliff, yada, yada.
They can easily draw on her past in Dawn of Day.
Exactly.
Because she's easily, because the fact that Drew is manipulating her, and she's making all the wrong decisions. And I know we've kind of gone through this before and everything, but she's making wrong decisions left and right, and she's drinking the Kool-Aid. I thought for a minute that there was a time that she was playing Drew, but it's clear to me that either she's worked herself into a shoot, or she's just back under his thumb.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it annoys me that it's only the women that really get sent to Ferncliff for being crazy, but
I mean, there was Ryan Chamberlain.
Well, he wasn't in. I don't even know that he was in Ferncliff. He was in the big crazy.
Isn't that where Heather Weber was sneaking into his room?
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, but Ferncliff isn't the one for the criminal. There's another one that's for the criminally insane that I got to look them all up. There are different ones.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, either way. Hello, Daisy with a Z.
Yeah, my thing about this is that, and that could be it, but he also said that he wasn't there as a cop, he was there as his brother. Right. And that's a cop technique, not a brother technique.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Are you talking about, like, don't ask what is with all the haircuts, are you talking about Cynthia Watros? Because this weekend at the Emmys, it looked like her hair was like shoulder length. But another thing to remember, I mean, I don't think she actually got that much chopped off, because Blue was reminding us that her hair is naturally like curly and wavy like Laura's.
Yeah.
So, and it wasn't straightened. So straightening it would lengthen it out again.
Yeah, exactly. But either way, Donna says, one Thursday a while back, Chase said, Willow, you are a good person and everyone knows it. And I think that's why she's going to be the one where it's going to come out, because Chase, it's just blatant foreshadowing at that point.
Right. Yeah. It absolutely is. And it's he's like ridiculously over the top in his defense of her.
Oh yeah, but so is Drew. So is
well, I know, but Drew is like in love with her and obsessed with her. Chase is happily married to Brooklyn, and it's a little weird because she's his ex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it, and it's what it's leading to is he's going to end up sticking his penis back in her. Before next year is out.
Of course.
I don't know when she's going to get out of jail, but they're absolutely going back to Chase and Willow for a little while.
Oh, yes.
So,
and if I were Brooklyn, I would be a little suspicious as to why Chase is fighting so hard to defend Willow.
Right.
Amanda was reading my mind. BLQ needs to be paying attention. Exactly. But anyways, all right. So let's.
It would crack me up. Well, it wouldn't be payback for Michael. It would be on Drew because Michael's not with Willow and doesn't want to be. So.
Yeah. Hey, C. Paulson. New name in the chat for tonight. Welcome. Maybe Chase wants to pay back with Michael. Considering Michael. Yeah. We know the whole thing. But all right, let's move on a little bit. So Donna had brought up, or somebody in the chat had brought up about the tie pole in the kitchen. And let's move on to that story right now because the whole Carly, Jason, Joss, Jack, Vaughn story right now is cooking. And Steve Burton and Laura Wright, when they're in the same conversation, the same scenes, are just fire.
Can I just say, my babies, he could not lie to her. And I know people I want to address something I've seen a lot online. Jason says he can't lie to her. He's lied to her before about Sam's baby and this and that and the other. The thing is, though, is that during his return last time, they made a promise to not lie to each other again. And they have stuck to that. He didn't actually lie to her about Sasha's baby. She didn't ask, and he didn't say anything. And that was to protect Michael, which is why it wasn't an issue with them. And she knew there was something going on with it, which is why she didn't ask. This is different. And he was furious with Anna because he felt she put him in the situation that he had to lie to Carly. And that's not okay with him.
Yeah, exactly.
So I thought that was wonderful. I, of course, love anything with my Jarly. And she was so confused and and it wasn't just Jack. Joss was lying to her. And then I thought it was interesting that, his whole reason that she couldn't say anything was Joss's safety. He did not give a single thought to Britt.
Yeah, exactly.
And he has to know that there is a very, very, very good chance that Carly is going to confront Jack.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, he did chase her all around that kitchen. Every time she moved away from him, he moved closer to her. He was just like, don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me.
But the tactic that Carly used today when confronting Jack about it, I loved it because when she said, when they came to that commercial break where she said, so why didn't you tell me about Joss or Joss's safety or whatever it was, and left it there, she was trying to trip him up.
Exactly.
Instead he did pick up on, the Vaughn thing and everything. But I loved seeing how she just played him. But to his credit, he was smart to it.
He's not smart to it, though, is the thing.
Well, he's not smart to the fact that she knows, but he didn't play into her hand about acknowledging Joss's WSB.
When you inevitably find the segue to the sex therapist, during that break, I want you to watch the promo.
Okay.
Because there's something about this story in that promo that we need to talk about.
All right. I will have to get it up because there have been, and I put it out on Twitter over the week, there have been many opportunities for segues on how to get to the Coaching by Lori segment.
There really have been. Do you like to play with ties in the bedroom?
Yeah. And then the way that Ronnie told Tracy, "You are frigid and undersexed. Go get under a cheap,
go find a degenerate or something." Yeah,
Yeah.
that was just freaking. Ronnie and Tracy are gold. I am so glad.
It is. Erica Slezak and we needed Erica Slezak, and you know what? With this story, I'm so happy that she did not come on as Vicky Lord or Vicky Buchanan. I am so happy with it. But we've been talking about it, so we might as well go to it right now. If you need some help with the bedroom or anything in the bedroom, or perhaps out of the bedroom, however kinky you might be, I know who you could talk to. Are you having problems in the bedroom? Are you having problems with your sex life? Well, I know just who to talk to, and that's Lori. CoachingByLori.com is where you could set up voice, video, or text sessions to talk about sex, to talk about intimacy, kinks, fetishes, taboos, fantasies, or your sexuality. You could talk about coming out and what to expect when you come out. Lori is a sex therapist and talks about your sexual health. Lori's offering all new clients 20% off their first session with the coupon code WELCOME. That's Coaching by Lori, LORIE.com. Coupon code WELCOME, WELCOME, for 20% off your first session. All right. Welcome back, folks. Yes, go to coachingbylori.com if you have any thoughts or anything that you need help with, or just need advice about help in the bedroom. Which we know that nobody on General Hospital in Port Charles needs sexual therapy. They had Man Landers for that, and he's back. But before we get to that, I did watch the weekly teaser, and so we saw the seed for it get planted today, because I'm assuming you're talking about who goes to visit Valentine.
When I saw that this morning, before I saw today, and you guys can go check my Twitter, I said it like before 8 a.m., I believe. I said, I think that's Carly that goes to visit Val.
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't just from seeing her. So a couple weeks ago on her Instagram Live that she does for her subscribers, Laura Wright said that for work, she had to wear a dark, dark wig. So and it was for Halloween.
Yeah.
And I am so excited. It has been way too long since we have had a really great Carly Babes plan. And at some point, I'm going to need Jason to ask her what she's doing and for her to say, I have a plan, just so I can see the look on his face. Just so I can see the sheer terror.
Yes.
Because this plan, like, she had the plan of having Jason stabbed to get him out of prison. And that was like a really laid out, step-by-step, solid plan. This one, she is flying by the seat of her pants. She wants to take down Jack, and she is running on pure emotion, and it's going to be glorious.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. And just the way, because we saw today her call Spinelli, say, I have something I need your help with, and if, but it has to be foolproof to the point where even the WSB can't figure it out. It needs to go deep, deep, deep paperwork-wise. So it's going to be great. So Daisy Flower says, see, I can't get into the plan because her daughter let her know that she likes her job. But
it doesn't have anything to do with her daughter.
No.
She's not trying to get Joss out of the WSB. She's trying to take Jack down because of what Jack did. The WSB has tons of other people. Joss can still work there.
Yeah.
She's not trying to take Joss down. She's trying or get Joss out of the job. She's trying to get Jack taken down.
Yeah, at this point.
Nothing to do with Joss. And Joss doesn't really like Brennan anyway, so I don't think Joss would care that she took down Brennan.
Right.
So
I mean, we've been talking about it for a while. I like Chris McKenna on the screen. I like him as Jack Brennan. But if for say they do end up taking him off WSB, could we potentially see Anna back as the head of the WSB? Could we see a rebuilding of the WSB with more common characters? Maybe Nathan, if this is Nathan, if it's not a clone or a brainwash or something to that effect, because he's not going to be able to be a cop anytime soon. So we have to see what's going to happen. But I would love to see a bigger WSB contingent on the show. I think they're better at solving crime than the.
I agree, but I also think that Val's coming back.
Yeah.
My thing is that I have said for a while that I think that Brennan's a bad guy and Val's the good guy.
Yeah.
And I still think that. And I'm not 100% sure because Daisy's saying something bad is coming to Port Charles. Now is not the time to take Brennan down. I'm not 100% sure that Brennan's not involved in the something bad. And it is Nathan. That is Nathan. He is Nathan. He might be brainwashed. He might be mind mapped, but he is Nathan.
Yeah.
He is. He might be, as I said, he might be brainwashed. He might be mind mapped. It's something to do with Faison's work, but he is Nathan.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think that Faison is still alive out there. I mean, we saw his brain in a jar in Kevin's office, but there has been a teaser out there that we could be seeing Kevin back at some point soon.
Well, he was at the Emmy party Friday night.
Yes.
Because Frank throws an after party every year.
Yeah. We're going to have to get an invite to that after party.
I know, right? Yeah. He throws an after party and every year after the Emmys. And I think that he wanted me to answer it, and I will. And Kevin and John Lindstrom was there.
Yeah.
So I think that we're going to see him back. I have a feeling that they're going to kill off Leslie, and he could pop up for that because Kevin would be at his wife's mother's memorial service.
Agreed.
And so I think he's going to pop up for that, and I think JJ might be popping up for that too.
Daisy Flower says, I don't see Val as the good guy. I think he knows what Cesar did, but I see Brennan as a gray character. He's not good. He's not bad. He's in the middle, which possibly could be. But you got to remember, he started playing Carly from the very beginning. Because he was pumping her for information.
Right. And when he came on, he was the head of. He was the one running the Pikeman stuff.
Yeah.
Val took over when he went to prison, and he said that it was an op, but he tried to kidnap Carly. You know what I mean? I think it's going to come out that he framed Val and laid it all on him.
I think that's what's going to happen as well.
I really do. Now, Bob had the question of, do I think Joss will be mad at Jason, or do we think Joss will be mad at Jason for telling Carly the truth? No. I think Joss will understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that he will, because he's loyal to Joss because he's loyal to Carly. You know what I mean? His loyalty to Joss stems from his deep, deep loyalty to her mother. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't for his love for Carly, her children would not matter as much to him.
Correct.
I know he has a special relationship with Michael, but people forget the whole reason he ever stepped in as Michael's father was because Carly asked him for help and told him everything. She told him everything she had done to AJ, and he helped her because him and Carly were already best friends at that point. People say, oh, she got her hooks into Jason using Michael. She had her hooks in Jason. They were friends.
Yeah.
They were very, very good friends. So, anyway. But yeah, I think that Joss will absolutely understand. And I think Jason will explain to her, I could not lie to your mother's face. Brennan, he didn't even tell Carly that Brennan's tapping her phone. That is not a good guy thing.
No.
That is absolutely not a good guy thing to tap your girlfriend's phone. There's no legal reason for it. There's no good guy reason to tap your girlfriend's phone.
No, exactly. He's using his power. Yeah.
He doesn't suspect Carly of doing anything illegal, and the WSB doesn't go after the mob. So that was like massive red flags.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah. So I think that I heard a rumor that they're killing him off, that he's the next murder mystery.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, I think it'll be a little while, they're they're already, although Drew didn't die, so that's not really a murder mystery. But it wouldn't surprise me. And my only thing is, I love Chris, and I think that they could get Brennan to stay.
Oh yeah.
And even with him being the bad guy, I think they could get Brennan to stay because he's WSB, and WSB are bad and good and everything.
Yeah.
And I think that him and Anna would be amazing together. I would love a triangle with him, Val, and Anna, or whatever. But if they are killing him off, I need the murder weapon to be that big giant wrench that Carly gave him.
Yes.
I need this. I need this to be the murder weapon. It has to be.
Yes.
But anyway.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break from current stuff because we're going to go ahead and hop into our DeLorean as we go to...
We're sending you back to the future.
We're going to go to Today in General Hospital History, and I'm going to turn it over to Professor Angela. Take it away.
Okay. We are starting at October 14th. In 1980, Jennifer was thrown a surprise birthday party. In 1994, after seeing Kevin with Felicia, a jealous Lucy had a silent movie style fantasy. In 1996, yes, you should look that up. It's so funny. I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube. In 1996, as Luke learned Carly was really Bobby's daughter, Bobby was catching her in bed with Tony on her and Tony's anniversary. And then in Sorry, I got lost. In 2015, Eden McCoy assumed the role of Jocelyn Jacks. In 2019, Nina confronted Valentin over his Sasha lie. 2020, Anna wanted to learn if she was Peter's mother or not. And in 2022, Carly learned that she had to move Virginia's remains.
Yeah.
Then
that October was an easy storyline.
Yeah. October 15th, 2012, Sam was reunited with her baby. And also, Todd told Taya that her baby had died and the baby she had been raising was really Sam's.
Mm-hmm.
On October 16th, in 2013, Carly took Derek, who ended up being Julian, on his offer for a lunch date. In 2017, Jason returned to the penthouse and saw Sam. This is when he first came back.
Yep.
In 2019, Michael told Valentin to get Nina to back off of Sasha. And in 2024, it was revealed that Holly is really Sasha's mother.
That, again, it was insane.
October 17th in 2024, Holly told Sasha that she and Cody were cousins.
So, yeah, just a whirlwind type of deal.
Yes. October 18th, 1982, Sammy Davis Jr. debuted as Eddie Phillips. In 1988, Cheryl was shocked to come face-to-face with Julian, who had supposedly died months earlier. Yeah, Julian wasn't a new character. So, 2013, as Patrick asked Sabrina to marry him, Nicholas found a very much alive Robin. In 2016, Maxie told Nathan that he is not Charlotte's father. In 2022, someone shot Lucy. And in 2024, Sasha told Robert that he was her father. October 19th, 2012, Jason was shot in the back by Duke. But it wasn't really Duke. It was Cesar Faison in a Duke mask.
That was another story that it's like that
the
was
mask that
insane.
changes
With the
your
mask,
body.
Yeah.
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 2016, Nell caught Ava switching Morgan's medication. And in 2020, Nina witnessed a close moment between Jax and Carly. Got all kinds of jealous.
Mm-hmm.
And we get to October 20th, 1987. Duke and Anna got married. In 2009, Greg Vaughn last appeared as Lucky. 2010, Megan Ward last appeared as Kate. Only she did it to return for one episode in 2018. In 2015, Sonny overheard Patrick tell Carly that he may never walk again. In 2014, Madeline agreed to help Nina take Ava's baby. In 2020, Valentin and Brooklyn had their one-night stand.
Yep.
And in 2022, Robert was shocked to see Holly when she washed up at the Quartermain Boathouse.
All right. Thank you so much for that today in General Hospital history, as we celebrate the history of General Hospital with this segment every week, because it helps me because I haven't been watching as long as Angela has, but also, it helps to relive some of these past stories, and I learn about stuff too. All right. So Daisy said that killing Brennan would be a mistake. Brennan reminds me of Sean Donnelly. Carly and Brennan could be like Sean and Tiffany. But then Donna, right above it, says Jack Lee always had an expiration date.
Jack Lee did always had an expiration date, and Carly is nothing like Tiffany. And Brennan's not like Sean. Sean Donnelly was more of a good guy than a bad guy. Brennan is really gray, and really, they wouldn't have the same dynamic. I don't think they should kill him either, but they're not. Carly and Brennan are a Mr. Right Now kind of situation. They are not going the distance. It's not going to happen.
Right.
So that's just, yeah. Now, I wanted to talk about Jason and Britt.
Yes.
Last week.
Yep.
So after talking to Carly, the next day he was sitting at Kelly's. And Britt sees him and says, "You just can't stay away."
Yeah.
And he's like, "You told me to come get my stuff."
Yeah.
Well, why didn't you get it? Because you made me give you the key. Well,
Yeah.
you could have gotten another one from Carly. I didn't want to invade your privacy when you told me not to. And then, she goes to give him the key, and then she remembers that she has that medication, and she's, "I'll go with you. I don't want you rummaging through my stuff." And it's just so ridiculous.
I mean, he knows that she has Huntington's, and she's taking medication for it.
Right, but that was the super secret medication. The bad guy medication that had been delivered to her. Jack isn't going after Jason legally. Jack's not trying to take Jason down legally.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't like Jason, but he's not going after him. The WSB doesn't do that. He's not going after Sonny either.
Right.
So then, she wanted the car loan.
Yeah, for a Mercedes.
I want nothing from you except this is, and she complained again about the room above Kelly's.
Yeah.
It's just so ridiculous. And then I really, really like that he did not. I was curious. I was like, it's going to be interesting to see if he gives her the heads up that she could have an arrest coming down the pike.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
No, he didn't at all. Like, there's such a weird, there is such a weird dynamic coming out now between the Jason and Britt story, because we know, I mean, at this point in time, there is no Jason and Britt. There's no romantic pairing. It's just he feels like he wants to help her, or he has to help her, or whatever the case may
Right.
be. He's
Yeah.
offering to help her with whatever, because that's the way he has more money than the Catholic Church. So I mean, he can help anybody.
Right.
But the way that it's Britt is very snarky towards him, even when he follows her boundaries.
Right. Exactly. He has not been chasing her down.
No.
He went to the hospital because she called him. He was at Kelly's waiting for her because she wanted him to get his stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And he wasn't trying to linger. He got his stuff. He headed down the stairs. She stopped him to get him to sign the loan papers. He's not chasing her. And here's what's interesting. Burton said that they're still unraveling what she was doing at the Five Poppies. So she still hasn't told him the truth, and they're filming into November at this point.
Yeah. And
so there's still nothing romantic going on between them a month from now.
Yeah.
I don't think Britt is a good guy. I don't think that she's short term. But I think that she's in it up to her ears with the bad guys.
Yep. I
don't think she was forced to.
Yep.
I think she just is. I think she went back to her roots, because that's the thing, is that this is who Britt was. They softened her when they gave her Huntington's, but it was like the thief who wasn't sorry that he stole, but sorry he got caught.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? She wasn't sorry for the things she did. She was sorry for herself because she had the disease.
Yeah.
And characters like that are great. I liked Britt when she was the Brit. She's funny. She's entertaining. That's her shtick. She's like Liesl.
Right.
That's the character she is.
Yes.
So I think, I've been looking at this, and it seems to me that Britt equals Jack. She is playing and keeping things from Jason the way Jack is keeping things from Carly.
I tend to agree with you on that, because I feel like at this point in time there has to be something there that, I mean, it's almost to the point where the Five Poppies stuff and this whole thing with Dalton and everything, it's gotten pushed to the back burner. Now, I know we had Monica's death, we had Drew shooting. I get that, kind of push it down the priority list a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're going to drop the story because it's too big. Because there's Britt, there's Nathan, there's all this other stuff coming back. Mm-hmm. And for Liesl, I have a feeling it's going to be Liesl that figures everything out.
It's totally possible. So Carly and Val are going to team up.
Yes.
Because they both want the same thing, to take Jack down. And the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think that Nathan, I think Britt absolutely knows what went on with Nathan. She absolutely knows, which is why she didn't want him around James, but she didn't want to
out him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laura didn't say it wouldn't happen as long as Sonny is alive. Laura said that when he first came back, she said that she's not sure that they could be together while Sonny was there, because and she said it was because Jason wouldn't be able to trust Carly with Sonny around. Mm-hmm. However, that was a year and a half ago when she said that. I don't think that they're hooking them up imminently. Yeah. However, what Laura says now is that God, I can't believe I almost said that. That Carly and Jason are endgame, but they will not hook them up until they're done putting them with other people.
Right.
Because the Carly and Jason relationship is the relationship that you can't hook them up. You can't put them together and then have them break up and cheat on each other and go back and forth. Once they're together, that's it.
Right.
So what she has been saying lately when asked is that they can't put them together until they are done putting them with other people. And I agree with that. And I think they're getting there.
Right.
But they're not there yet.
I don't think Daisy with a Z says, I think Britt knows what happened to Nathan and may even have been in on it.
Yeah.
I don't think that she's in on it per se. I think that she knows what happened, and I honestly feel like he's more involved than she is.
See, my thing is that I think he's a pawn with either brainwashing or mind mapping.
Okay.
Nathan was always good. Nathan was always good. He didn't have to be redeemed.
Right. Exactly.
Nathan was always a good guy. So Nathan's default is good.
Right.
The bad will be him being controlled. And I think she knows what's going on. And I do think, I mean, I don't know that she necessarily, I don't know that she's the one that brainwashed him, but I think that it's all wrapped up in what she's doing as well. I don't think they're two separate things.
Right. Agreed.
Because it would also make sense because it was the continuation of Faison's work. And treatment for Huntington's would have been of interest to Faison.
Yes.
Because he had it.
That's true. Yeah.
So I think all of this is going to tie all back to that. And, they're very much making Britt back to a very selfish setting.
Yeah.
Where she cares about other people, but she cares about no one more than she cares about herself.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
All right. So we're going to move on to our What the Fudge moment of the week, which we didn't do last week, but bear with us because this week we're going back to the Tea Party, folks. And the awkward interaction between Ronnie and Felicia and Lucy and Olivia there, I know it was meant to be awkward because Ronnie is getting ingrained in the Port Charles and learning all of the crazy and everything. Mm-hmm. Lucy always wanting to make a buck, saying, if you ever want to sell the house, here's my card. And then the way that Olivia introduces Felicia as an Aztec princess, and it looked like Ronnie was about to do some type of bow or kneel or curtsy, or I thought she almost fell over because she was having a heart attack. I really thought that they would have had to bring her to General Hospital, and that's when some of the stuff will come out. But no, it was just the way that she wanted to give a genuflect to the Aztec princess. That was hilarious to me in terms of the interactions there.
Daisy, we're not sure if Martin did because he was pouring something into a cup or if Ronnie is a drinker. We're going to have to let that unravel. They haven't made it clear.
And that's for Daisy with a Z, who said,
Daisy with a Z.
Did I miss someone spiking Ronnie's tea?
Yeah.
But, I mean, the Aztec princess hasn't been referenced in quite a while. So whenever they have these historic scenes and history teaching scenes because of a new person or whatever, it's always so awkward, and I just died laughing during thinking about it with all the interactions, I could so see Ronnie just saying, you know what, I need something stronger than tea.
Right? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. She is just like, I have to deal with this person. Tracy's a bitch. That's just how it is. Tracy is absolutely a bitch. And, I mean, it cracked me up when, who was it that said, during the will reading, maybe, Monica figured that Michael was rich enough.
That was Olivia, I think.
Was it Olivia? Michael was rich enough, and like and it wasn't just Tracy though, because Ned and Brooklyn were also like,
yeah,
no, and it was, but that's like Tracy she always has been the typical, like she is. If Tracy was a young girl today, she would be that girl from Schitt's Creek, the daughter. You know what I mean? Very much a wealthy, princessy.
Oh,
she can call Edward daddy.
Yeah, exactly.
She is the stereotypical, trust fund baby girl.
Right, exactly.
And she's such a bitch, and I love her for it.
I do too.
But she's definitely that character, and it's so funny. And she's the complete opposite of Ronnie.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
Oh, I could only imagine how many takes they had to go through. Chad says, like I was saying, I wonder how the actors got through those scenes. Oh, it must have been hilarious on set. Just way, the way that everything was going from, Lucy to Felicia, and they rolled out everybody into these scenes, because then you see Lulu and Martin come in, and then you see Portia and Elizabeth, and then Jordan. It's like a who's who in just this little tea party.
Mm-hmm.
That was just amazing. I loved it. I love some of those scenes, because it wasn't like it was a wedding or a funeral. It was just a lighthearted get-together party that, it could be just there. And then Cappuccino says, Tea Party used a different tea set than the blue and white one they unpacked, and Ronnie used, and the tea sandwiches were huge.
Yeah. Look, they only get so much time here, They get the budget thing. Although it makes sense that they wouldn't use, because with Tracy being there, I can understand why Brooklyn wouldn't use Lila's favorite, because Tracy had already thrown a fit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And
but I think that the end of this, people are just going to be saying, hand Erica Slezak the guest Emmy for next year.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was great. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And folks, if you want to enjoy something, you can go ahead and go to whatthefudct.com or facebook.com/whatthefudct. Getting into the holidays, if you're in the New Haven, Connecticut area, or plan to travel through, you can hit up What the Fudge and order some fudge, especially for the holidays, if you want to give it as a gift. If you do live in areas outside of Connecticut and you want to get What the Fudge, you could, or support What the Fudge, you can always buy their t-shirt. It is on our Threadless shop, which is merch.suds-media.com. But if you want the fudge and you're in the New Haven area, or are driving through, or want to set up a spot in driving distance, go ahead and set it up. And she is going to be starting biscotti for the holidays as well. So check it out, whatthefudgect.com or facebook.com/whatthefudgect. Angela can attest, the fudge is
so
fantastic.
Good. I'm trying not to think about it right now, because it's so good.
And I'm going to have to get you some for the holidays. The chocolate lemon is my favorite, but there are also new flavors being developed currently. So check it out. All right. So moving on, the Jordan, Portia, Curtis, Isaiah thing, in my opinion, is not my favorite story. Portia being pregnant, not telling anybody except for Elizabeth, and then Jordan coming out, "You're pregnant, aren't you?"
Right.
Like, where the hell did that come from?
My thing about it is that I really wish Portia and Jordan were fighting over a worthier man than Curtis. You know what I mean? I mean, I get it with Isaiah, but Curtis ain't shit. He really isn't. They need to just hook him up with Nina and have him leave the good women alone. Yeah, I think I like, my favorite part of the previews for tomorrow was Portia walking out saying, mind your business. To Jordan, just like, this ain't any of your concern, go away. She's not going to mind her business because it's a soap opera, but yeah. It's going to be interesting.
It is. So, I mean, Jordan, figured it out that Portia's pregnant, all because she got nauseous from the party.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is. I can't comment too much about that. I have to, forgive me for circling back to Carly, but the Carly and Josh scenes from last week were great too. I loved them because it was such a realistic type of. I'm sure you've had conversations with your daughter similar to that. Not that your daughters, aspire or anything, but
right. Oh, absolutely. And Carly was so devastated that Joss hadn't told her or hadn't felt that she could tell her. Right, and then the realization of what this meant to her. And it was just, oh my God, it was so. The two of them were absolutely sublime in those scenes. They really were. They played off each other perfectly.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfectly.
And it was something that you can feel you can feel the hurt from Carly's end, and it's like any parent saying, I don't feel as close to you anymore. I know you've been traveling. I know we've had our, lives and whatever. But we're just not as close. And then when God said, yeah, we're good, and I love you, and I promise not to, I promise to tell you everything. It's like, that had to hurt Joss and Eden for that matter. But you have to know that Joss was just ripped inside because part of her job is to keep it a secret.
Right. Exactly. And it was interesting too when she told Jason that she had talked to her mother, and he was just like, "What about?" Trying to delve, and like, did Carly already say something? You know what I mean? So that was, but he didn't want to come right out and ask, because then it would have been admitting that he had told her.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that was very, very interesting. And then Joss threatening Britt.
Yes.
She's just like, I have to lie to my mother. You are not going to be the one to out this. You are not going to use this to hurt her.
Right.
It's not happening.
Yeah, no, exactly. I completely agree. It's, when Britt with her demands, I need a suite at the Metro Court, and Joss is like, yeah, my mom hates you. What, like, it would look so suspicious, me paying for you to have a suite at the Metro Court? Like, yeah, no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. I like that Jason didn't try to defend Britt to Joss, because I think Joss would have turned it right back on him too.
Yes, exactly.
I think Joss would have been like, oh, you're okay with her threatening to out you as well? But I think that's probably also why he didn't, because it would have also, you know what I mean? Because as far as Joss knows, and as far as Britt knows, it would be fucking over Jason as well.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right.
So, yeah.
I did say something. I did see something in the chat earlier, kind of going back to Britt, that Kelly Tebow needs to say something different in the media, regarding, whatever is going on. And
I can explain what that is. It's a conversation the Jarleys have had a lot, because she does a lot of, like when she was doing those first round of interviews, like a lot of them, every one of them, she was pushing for Jason and Britt, not like she was promoting a story, but like she was begging for a story in the press.
Yeah.
Because she kept saying, oh, I hope that they do this. And I hope the writers do this. I hope the writers give us and the fans this story. You know what I mean? And that was weird.
But I really believe that It's because this has happened numerous times, especially in wrestling in the 80s. You know, a lot of time the talent hears what they want to hear. So it could have been, Frank or anybody saying, you know what, well, we're going to have you working with, Steve Burton and Jason and everything. And in her mind, it's, oh, we're going to pair you with him as a romantic pairing.
Well, here's the thing too, is like, because I keep seeing the comments about them having unfinished business and the story being unfinished. But the thing is, guys, is that the story that they were planning to tell
right
ended with her dying in 2022 from Huntington's.
Yep. There's no
that was the story that was unfinished. Her death from Huntington's. So if they told her, we're bringing you back for the unfinished story, she may have thought it meant the romance, and they're like, nope, Huntington's.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that they could have brought her back and said, oh, she doesn't have Huntington's, it was a mistake.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't. So they have kept her with the Huntington's. And they've made the medication that was helping her be the bad guy's thing.
Right.
So they're really boxing this in. I think that they're gonna, we jokingly call it a Brit stop for Jason instead of a pit stop. I think there's gonna be something with Jay Britt, more than likely. You know what I mean? There's probably going to be a dabbling of romance. I just really, really don't think it's going to be a big, huge, happily ever after love story. One, Britt is not his endgame.
No.
And she's already talking about wanting to do other things.
Oy vey.
She's studying improv. She wants to do comedy. She wants to do something like Saturday Night Live. You really got to look at her Instagram more. I swear to God. And that's fine, but they're not going to build a big permanent couple around somebody who has a foot out the door.
Yeah.
And this is exactly why, right. And this is exactly why Frank signs her to a contract.
Yep.
Because she will leave at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
But if there's a contract, she can't do it without their okay.
Right, exactly.
And go work somewhere else.
Yeah.
There are people like Charles Mescher who break their contract, but you can do it to go work somewhere else. You know what I mean? That's when they step in.
Yeah.
I'm not sure she anticipated the Rocco story, and it's not doing her any favors. And I also saw in one interview where she was like, well, they're kind of bringing her back more the Britch, but I really hope they don't undo all of the redemption they gave her before. Yeah, I think they have.
They've completely redone. Yeah. They've completely walked it back.
Redeemed. They gave her a terminal disease.
Yeah.
She didn't repent for her wrongdoing.
No, not at all.
She went on a pity party.
Yeah. So Daisy with a Z said this is what she just referenced. I think Kelly Thiebaud thought Britt would be front and center with Jason. Now she's stuck in Rocco's story and doesn't like it. The thing is that she's not stuck in any story. She's got multiple stories, whether it's the Nathan story, the Rocco story, the Jason story. She's got a number of different stories, not just one. And it's good for her as an actor to be in so many stories, but there's nothing for her to sink her teeth into if she doesn't want to.
Well, it's not just that. She was very, very, very clear that the story that she wants is the romance for Jason and Britt. And she also said that she was surprised and disappointed. She didn't say disappointed, but she said that their reunion wasn't what she anticipated. She had anticipated that it was going to be teary-eyed running, and she anticipated that it was going to be the reunion that Charlie got. Seriously, she anticipated tears, running into each other's arms, being thrilled each other was alive. And she did not get that. Right. And she said that in an article, that she had thought it was going to be different. And she just wasn't really sure what to make of, yada, yada, yada. I don't think she's getting the big romance love story. I really don't. And, every show picks people to present at the Emmys. And she was at the Emmys. Steve was at the Emmys. The show could have chosen them if they were promoting this couple.
Right.
Because they do that when they're promoting a couple. They did that. Which said a lot to me. And the fact that other than the time that she was on his podcast, Burton has not, he has gone out of his way to not talk about Jason and Britt.
Right.
He's shut down Bradford more than once on more than one podcast when Bradford tries to turn it towards a, romantic Jason and Britt conversation. He shuts it down.
Yeah. Which, it just goes to show you the mindset that he's in when it comes to that story. I think she wanted to use that story as a jumping off point for her own selfish, reasons.
I don't know that it was selfish reasons. I think that she feels an acting, and I'm being as nice as I can right here and really biting my tongue. I think that she feels an acting connection to him. And she wanted the story, the big love story, because Britt never really had that.
Right.
She was obsessed with Patrick, the lies to Nicholas, but it was really funny to me that she said that, she had never had an acting partner that could rise to the, I'm just like, you just insulted Tyler Christopher and Jason Thompson.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I just Kelly Thibault seems like, and when I say the word goofy, I mean it as a compliment. She's very goofy, fun-loving, marches to the beat of her own drummer. I love those qualities in people. Her interviews, a lot of them really rub me the wrong way. They really do. I don't understand. I think honestly what makes me the most annoyed about it is that if Laura Wright said a tenth of the things about that woman said, she would be tarred and feathered.
Oh, yeah.
I hear over and over and over again about how obsessed Laura Wright is with Steve Burton. And I'm just like, I stare at them in Kelly Thibault.
Yeah.
So.
Well, David, welcome to the chat. He just finished watching GH from today. David from.
Wasn't it amazing?
Yes.
We are firing on all cylinders, my friend. All cylinders.
Yes, absolutely are. Okay, so another thing we failed to even get into right now, but Rick was freed. Rick got himself freed from his, that was another possible segue for the Lori segment, was Rick getting himself freed. But I loved the way that
it was also funny.
Elizabeth, and then it's Cody.
Right, and then Cody in the middle of all of them, just like, you people are insane. I don't know how any of you are related to Molly. Yes. And then Molly comes and he tells her it was a cult. I'm just like, I was literally, I'm pretty sure there were crying tears. I was laughing so hard.
Yes.
Because I was just like, oh my God. You missed it. We talked about all that. I loved Dom and Rory too, but I really wanted Michael to punch Dante. But yeah, I was in a cult.
And David, we did talk about Dom and Rory already, but you know what you can do is you can catch a replay of this show tomorrow night on Facebook. I know you are on our Facebook feed, so you can check it out tomorrow. The replay will be airing tomorrow on Facebook. Of course, this will be on demand wherever you're watching it now, but just try to promote the replay on Facebook for tomorrow. But Cappuccino, the way that Rick said, he came out of the woods and he was stumbling because he was of lack of hydration. And the way the Molly said, so you literally drank the Kool-Aid.
The Kool-Aid, right? Yes. Just like Oh my
Oh,
God. I mean, it was a masterclass in acting. It really was,
it was.
from all of them. It was
Yeah.
it was phenomenal. That whole scene was so good, and all of them should put it on their Emmy reel next year. Seriously,
Yeah.
because it just showed such. You don't get a lot of comedy in that amount.
Right.
You get like a throwaway line here and there a lot of the times on soaps, but you don't get an entire scene of stuff like that also had dramatic implications if the truth was just, and it was brilliant. It was brilliant.
Yeah. When it comes to Ava, Kristina, and Alexis, just altogether,
Yeah.
because it's like revenge makes strange bedfellows, and these three together working together. Just the whole story was hilarious in itself. Just from the very beginning, Ava knocking him out, just knocking him out, then tying him to the bed with a ball gag in his mouth because she happened to have it in her purse.
In her glove box, actually.
Glove box, yeah.
Yeah. Which, of course, she did.
Yeah, of course.
It really makes you wonder what else is in her glove box.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That we'll have to save for another Lori segue.
Yeah.
And then when he first gets out and escapes, and he's holding the knife to Alexis.
Yes.
And again, the hate sex that could have been.
Yeah, that was a missed opportunity.
It was. It really was.
Sorry. They had the ball gag right there.
Oh my God! Those scenes were fantastic. I loved it.
So good.
And then all of a sudden, Molly ends up coming in just out of nowhere, and she's I'm glad that they did what they did with the police department getting the the location of his phone, and she's like, well, there's no way he would go right to my mother's house. Something's up.
Mm-hmm.
And then her tracking him up.
Yeah.
Tracking him down there. Just amazing all around. All around. And the way that Cody said, the way that Cody said, you guys are just all insane. And it's just, oh God. And then Rick calling them a coven, and I'm sorry, hats off for just some lighthearted fun for this story.
Yeah. It was phenomenal. I wish it had been more, but I also understand that the reason that it wasn't is because it was time Rick Hurst had taken off because his mother had died.
Oh, okay.
His mother lived with them and was very, very close to, especially like his kids and stuff. So, they were dealing with all of that as a family, her dying. So he was working less.
Yeah. But you know what? It worked. It worked the way it was. All right, folks. I think we kind of hit on just about everything. I know we didn't talk about the family divided picture that GH put out with Rocco, Liesl, Nathan, and Britt. That.
This is your Uncle Nathan. No, it's not.
Yeah.
And then Rocco, it showed you how delusional he is when he said maybe Cesar Faison isn't that bad of a guy.
Yeah.
People said all these horrible things about you guys, and it turned out not to be true.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
The
Corinthian genes are strong in that one.
Yep.
And I don't think that's a good thing.
Yeah. But all right, folks, we are out of time. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. 237 people currently watching on just the 3 destinations. Biggest one on Angela's X. So thank you so much for tuning in. At your X, we've got 154 people currently watching. So thank you so much. All right. We are going to see everybody next week. For those of you who are the fans of the Bay, Kim and I will be back talking about the next episode of the Bay on Thursday at noon for Dockside at the Bay. This coming Saturday night, the October 25th, is RAFO2, Real American Freestyle's second offering. Immediately following that, I will be live for freestyling on RAF to talk all about the event and what went down and the results. That'll be live right here where you're watching this as well. Check out the replay of this show tomorrow on our Facebook channels as well as LinkedIn, and then it'll go up to the RSS feed on Wednesday. Okay, folks, we are out of time. I want to thank everybody for tuning in again. Angela, where can everybody find you?
Brooklyn74 on Twitter, and Angela Ryan Duncan on Facebook and Instagram, and parade.com.
All right, fantastic. As always, you can find me on Facebook and Twitter, Vinny Suds. At Suds Media is our network Twitter name, as you're watching right on here as well. On Instagram and Threads is at Suds and Squared Circle Media, or Suds and Squared Circle. On TikTok, Suds _ Media. We're everywhere, folks. Check our Linktree. You can look it up at Suds and Squared Circle Media.
Yes.
Also, for the Gimmick Table Media network of podcasts, you can check that out as well. There's a Linktree for that, and don't forget to put it in your calendar for November 8th to 9th, 3 p.m. to 3 p.m. as we're going 24 hours for our second annual podcast-a-thon to raise money for Samantha's friends. Of course, we'll be joined by friend of the show, Jacqueline Grace Lopez, at some point on Saturday, as well as James Lott Jr. and Matt from the 10th floor. So if you are out there and you want to request this, try to get somebody. Oh, and by the way, I did get an email from Kelly Monaco's people. So we're working on that as well. We'll see if that comes through. So we are going to see you guys next week on Monday, October 27th. Holy cow, October's already almost done.
I know. I was just like, we're less than a month away from the podcast-a-thon. That just hit me.
Yeah, exactly. But you can go ahead and already right now donate to the podcast-a-thon. You can go ahead and donate on Venmo, venmo.com/u/Suds and Squared Circle. So go ahead and donate whatever you can. We're trying to get $700, doubling last year's total. All right, folks. Have a great week. We will see you next week as we talk all about Suds news. Good night, everybody.